Eliminating Stress, Module 1, Introduction, a 3 principles-based presentation. Copyright David Philip Kromka, 2025. Objectives of this module are to introduce myself and to assure you that I'm not some impersonal academic rolling out the typical boring stress management seminar. I've got something more helpful for you than that. I don't think stressed people need more stuff to manage. Doing that just adds to the load. If you're stressed, you don't need more to do. Because psychology has been making advancements, the material here should be different, and I want to prepare you for that. Be aware that scientific advancements do not necessarily follow a linear course, and that new findings can sometimes shake things up. I want you to be prepared to gain an understanding which by itself can eliminate your experience of stress. Hi, my name's Phil Kromka, and you're most likely wondering about my background and what I have to offer, as doing so may help you decide if you want to stick with this, or you might consider doing something more productive like rearranging your sock drawer. After that, if you're still here, I'll present learning objectives for this course. So here you go. I have a BA in Theoretical Mathematics with a minor in Music, an MA in Counseling Psychology with advanced studies in 3 principles-based psychology at the former California School of Professional Psychology. Over the years, I have also attended many advanced 3 principles seminars providing continuing education credits. I am a 6th degree black belt senior instructor for the World Matsubayashi Ryu Karate Do Association, Naha, Okinawa, Japan, and have practiced and taught karate since 1965, during which time I have studied under multiple karate and Zen masters. I've taught karate at Florida State University, University of California, Davis, Memorex, Tandem Computers, and Intel, as well as my private schools in Tallahassee, Florida, and Los Gatos, California. I was a keynote speaker at WIN Global Psychology Summit in Paris, France on March 8, 2024. I've worked in private practice as a therapist and have provided training for mental health professionals, government agencies, corporations, and the general public. I have published the books listed here on Amazon, which can be found by searching Books by Phil Kromka. I've worked and consulted in the US, Hong Kong, South Korea, Vietnam, Mexico, Canada, and Australia. I also speak Japanese and bits of Korean, Mandarin, Swahili, Vietnamese, Tagalog, Bengali, Thai, Indonesian, Gujarati, Hindi, Telugu, Farsi, Italian, German, French, Fijian, Samoan, Spanish, Russian, Tahitian, Tongan, Hawaiian, and Dakai. If you're a human resources kind of person, you might conclude that I understand and get along well with people of diverse backgrounds. It might also suggest that this presentation will make sense internationally. On a side note, I've had beers from most of these countries, and my favorite is Bintang from Indonesia. This is not a paid endorsement. So, given my background, you could conclude that either I have a broad spectrum of knowledge or that I can't hold down a steady job. Anyway, you might be willing to admit that my background will provide variety in the presentation. Since I'm a mathematician, at times I use basic examples to illustrate some points. But if you're not a fan of mathematics, you have my apologies in advance. Let me assure you, though, examples will be quite basic and common to all of us. You can relax about this. So now what's in it for you? What will be presented here that will benefit your life? Okay, your learning objectives. Understand that the experience of stress is a psychological issue. Understand difficulties previously encountered by mental health researchers. Understand the components of a 3-part model that describes how the vast tapestry of human experience is produced. For the vast majority of people on Earth, this is honestly a mystery, and not understanding this results in a lot of pain and suffering. Fourth, gain an understanding that when fully grasped, eliminates stress and experience diminishing stress as you catch on. If stress is experienced, understand how to get back on track with no effort. I'd like to remind you that scientists make advancements, and when they do, what was once considered state-of-the-art often gets relegated to the trash heap. I'm quite sure you'll be asked to consider some matters in a new light, so if something I'm presenting seems off, don't be alarmed. Please see if it makes sense even though it is different. In the next module, we'll look at some of the problems encountered by mental health researchers that have made bringing people to greater mental health difficult.